statement. So it seems to me to be different than the standard half-truth, and the way I'm thinking that it might still trigger liability is that it becomes potentially misleading in a continuing harm scenario, the kind that Justice Alito keeps pointing to, that you didn't have to say originally that this past thing happened. But if the past thing happens, and before the harm completely materializes, before the harm completely happens, you have to make a disclosure statement, that maybe there's something misleading about making your statement purely futuristically in that situation, because it leads investors to underestimate the risk or the potential for the future harm.
So, Justice Jackson, a couple of things on that. I disagree that you only have a half-truth if you're under some kind of regulatory disclosure requirement. Half-truth claims are not limited to that particular context. The reason why we're in that situation here is that if a company isn't subject to a disclosure requirement like Item 105, and they don't have much incentive to go around the markets telling people how risky their investments might be in the company. So I think that's important. But I also do disagree at a second level that Item 105 just doesn't ever require disclosure of past events, because what it requires disclosure of is material factors that render an investment in the company risky or speculative, and that can readily encompass past events, present conditions, and potential future events.
Thank you.
Thank you, counsel.
Thank you.
Mr. Shanmugam, rebuttal.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Justice. 4 points. First, let me start with respondents and the government's test. Mr. Russell said that under their test,
you should have knew we was going to lose. Just stay with Facebook.
Implies something about the past. But as Justice Kagan asked, the devil is in the details. How do you determine when risk disclosures fall on that side of the line? From respondents and the government's brief, it seemed like their answer was the materiality requirement. If omitted information is important to a reasonable investor, then the risk disclosure contains an implication about that. But there are a couple of problems with that. The first
all right, I had enough of this. I just wanted y'all to see the things that y'all should be up on. You know, Facebook won this. Well, the case was dismissed. They didn't win it. I'm pretty sure they're going to bring it back up. But just watch Facebook. I'm letting everybody know. Just do the analysis of Facebook. The things they're doing now.